Good morning, hello, I'm Richard Vobes and I'm on another walk on my quest for exploring England, and I'm starting in a very unusual place, although not really. I'm in Steyning in West Sussex, which is about 7 miles from where I live. If you go across the Downs, I think it's a bit quicker. Anyway, this is on the back end of Steyning, right at the foot of the Downs, and I'm going to take a walk down this public footpath. Again, this is one that I've never done before, past the Steyning Bowls Club, up this little lane, and I'm hoping this will take me up into some woodland, which, according to my map, should be nice. Unfortunately, the weather is overcast today. I've come out early, as I often do, just to avoid lots of people, and we'll see what we see, really. Again, I'm hoping to capture more of the spring blossom as much as we can. As you can see, the verges here are teeming with lots of cow parsley, which is great to see. You do get that wonderful early morning aroma from it. And then just up here we've got lots of hawthorn, and I dare say we'll see a lot of the wonderful blossom of hawthorn as we go. Coming up to a little signage here which tells us a little bit about the walk and the area. This is the Steyning Downland scheme, which I think is organised by the Whiston Estate, and through here I think it takes you up to the rifle range. And there's actually some cows in there. There's another little walk down there. But I'm going to carry on up this lane, which, beautiful lane. On the map that I looked, of course, it just looked level. It's actually on an incline, and we are going up. Clearly, I can come back and do some more little walks in this area, which would be fascinating. So we'll just carry on up this lane till we get into the depths of the woods. But we can see the abundance of the green, which is what absolutely fascinates me. And then on the lane floor, we see the roots of the trees going across, all exposed. I think I've got an idea for a project because of the lockdown and because we can't go terribly far. And what I'm going to call it is the Square Mile Project. And that's to take a square mile on a map and then just try and explore all elements of that square mile. So one's not travelling very far, but seeing the little routes, the public footpaths, little areas that might be all within a small area. I think that would be a worthy project, because often we tend to sort of want to go further and further afield. But actually stuff that are right under our noses can be just as interesting. Just going to have a quick look through off the lane a second. Through here, get a little glimpse of what we're seeing beside us here through this hedge. Look at that, there's a beautiful valley to be explored on another trip. And the early morning birds, just terrific. All right, let's get back up onto the lane. And away we go. It is quite a long lane, so I'm going to make the traverse up there and see if we get into the woods. Bit of clearance work going on here. A few trees being chopped down. Always sad really to see that, but sometimes it's necessary to keep the paths clear. Now then, bit of a steep climb, and here we go. We've got this pathway up here, and there's a signage here saying Stenning footpath 2715 closed. I assume it must mean this one. I'm not sure which one it means. Yeah, in the interest of the public, this route is temporarily closed. But what they haven't done is roped off the gate or put the sign on the gate here, which leads me to think that this one is actually still open. Plus the fact, looking up ahead here, is very spacious, and so therefore I can't see any problem with venturing up here. I'm not going up in hordes of people, and I'm not picnicking, which is one of the things that people seem to be worried about, which in my mind is a bit odd if you can get yourself out into the countryside away from anybody else with your family unit and have a bit of space instead of four walls around you. So as it wasn't made 100% clear which footpath, and if you don't know the number of the footpath, and who does? It's not like travelling on a road where you know the A1 or the A25 or whatever. It's ridiculous. But here we get the lovely scenery around us and more of the chirping birds. It's beautiful. Stumbled across this tree here with its pink, delicate pink and red blossom. I may be wrong, but I wonder if this is an apple tree. An apple thrown off a path or dropped by a worker at some point has grown into an apple tree. Maybe someone can confirm that, but it does look like one to me. It is rather beautiful. Well, this is nice, a little seat here with an amazing view looking over the downs eastwards, which is great. And to my side, interesting, little box, poetry box. Please write in me, it says, these downs welcome your boot and bike tread as linnet and lapwing bend overhead. Take a picture, a moment, a breath, take pen and paper, leave your words instead. So open it up and have a look, see what's inside. There's a notebook, a pencil, a sharpener, and you can write your notes in there, which is rather grand. The great part of this is pretty much this morning, it's a Sunday morning as I film this, at about 7:30 now, I suppose. I've got this all to myself, which is rather lovely. We're just going to go a little bit further and see what's up the top. Another gate. Follow the footpath, and away we go. tests your lungs, doesn't it? First thing on a Sunday morning. Fantastic. Well, I'm in the heart of the woodland now, and this path encircles this great big sort of valley, coombe, if you like, down here, down this incredibly steep precipice that goes down that way. And I think this must join up to where the lovely Julia and I, a couple of months before the lockdown happened, went with little Joseph in the buggy. I'll put a link in the description to the walk that we did, which started on the other side of this bowl. You can't really see it through the abundance of trees, but I have to say the luxuriant green is absolutely wonderful. These trees, I think this is an ash tree here with all this rather lovely moss growing on the side, and there's just up ahead there is a little signpost, which perhaps an information board, which perhaps gives us a bit more. So we'll just make our way up there. Absolutely wonderful to have this to myself. Later in the day I imagine it'll be busier. Not as busy perhaps in normal times, but possibly busier as more and people, I think, are relaxing about this lockdown and are taking advantage of getting out into the countryside, which I think is a good thing. Oh, here we go. This says here, welcome to the mountain bike area. If you're a mountain biker, it says please respect walkers, horse riders, and those particularly on public bridleway, which says give way to pedestrians and persons on horseback. So presumably people can cycle up here, and I imagine they do. I've not seen anyone this morning, which is a bit unusual. However, I'm not so keen on the mountain bikers. I know they need to have places to go, but on a morning like this, you've got this beautiful quiet, and you're just trying to be at one with the environment and all the beautiful flowers like these. I think these are campion, but somebody's told me they're not. I don't know what they are. And then suddenly, thundering great 2 or 3 of these mountain bikers come belting through to kill that wonderful quiet moment. Anyway, I won't moan on anymore. There's clearly another route up here and more routes that way. But from me up here, Stenning Downland, on the Stenning Downland scheme, absolutely beautiful place to come. I will go and explore the other side on another day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, become a patron, support what I do. If you've got the odd few pennies, it really does help petrol in the car. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.